VehicleXchange is an online marketplace that allows you to source vehicles from other dealerships, importers and wholesalers throughout New Zealand and overseas. It also allows you to sell your wholesale stock to other dealerships. It makes sourcing stock more efficient by giving you access to all the stock available for sale right now in one easy-to-manage location. VehicleXchange has a number of benefits. It saves you time as vehicles are in one easy-to-manage location. No more logging into multiple vendor websites. It integrates into the Motorcentral DMS, bringing you convenience and ease as you browse and buy vehicles right next to your own stock. And it uses intelligence to suggest vehicles that you may be interested in purchasing, as VehicleXchange analyses your most recent sales to suggest vehicles for you to purchase to replenish your stock. Let's go on a tour of VehicleXchange. VehicleXchange can be accessed from your Motorcentral DMS via a browser and using the Motorcentral mobile app. To access it via a browser, simply navigate to www.vehicleexchange.co.nz in any modern web browser. To access VehicleXchange via the Motorcentral mobile app, tap on the menu button and tap on All Apps and VehicleXchange. To access from the mobile DMS, you'll notice a new VehicleXchange tab on the left-hand side of the main screen. For the remainder of this tutorial, we'll work through the DMS interface, but functionality should be close to identical in both the browser-based version and the mobile app. Once inside the VehicleXchange area, you'll notice Buying and Selling. Buying is broken down into Browse and Search. This is where you can search vehicles for sale based off a vehicle's make or model. Suggested. This suggests vehicles you may be interested in purchasing based off vehicles you have previously sold inside your DMS. Shortlist is where you can view vehicles that you have shortlisted. My Offers is broken down into offers that are pending, accepted and declined. The Selling section is where you can track the vehicles you've opted to list for sale on VehicleXchange, any offers you've received, as well as any questions that have been asked. So let's go through the process of locating a vehicle, making an offer, and finally purchasing a vehicle. Start by clicking the Browse Search function to begin your search. You'll note quick access to your previously viewed vehicles here, and also any vehicles that have been recently listed by your preferred sellers further down the screen. Preferred sellers are those you might deal with on a more regular basis, or just want to be alerted of their new stock. You can set your preferred sellers using this link here. Otherwise, you can enter any search term here and use these filters to further navigate down your results. You can filter by vehicle location, body style, listing type, sellers, and when the vehicle was listed for sale. Within your search results, you can opt to add a vehicle to your favourites, perhaps for further investigation later, or to click on a vehicle to learn more about it. Let's take a look at this vehicle here. Images supplied by the seller are shown up the top. You can click on these images to enlarge them, and you can swipe between them. Below the images is the price. The price is usually listed inclusive of any GST and will also indicate things like if the pricing includes any shipping, compliance, and other potential additional costs. Directly below, you can see a description, a summary of the vehicle, and its features. Finally, there is a question and answer section where you can ask questions about this vehicle and view any previously asked and answered questions by others. For most vehicles, you'll have the option to buy now or make an offer. Which options are available depends on the seller's preference for that vehicle. In this example, I'm going to initiate a buy now and then step through the various things that occur as a result. I'll begin by clicking the Buy Now button. You'll see I have the option to include a message to the seller, and then I can confirm my buy now by clicking the Confirm button. Clicking this and making an offer will commit you to the purchase of the vehicle, so ensure you are ready to purchase before doing so. Once I have confirmed buy now, the seller will be notified by email and an in-app notification if they have the Motorcentral app installed. It is expected the seller will then touch base with you to complete the transaction. Now let's go through the process of making an offer on a vehicle. When you make an offer on a vehicle, the seller will need to accept or decline it. In this example, you can see I'm logged in as the seller of the vehicle that we requested to buy now, and they can either accept or decline my offer and also attach a message. Once the seller makes a choice, you will receive an email confirming it has been accepted or declined. If it's declined, you will see this when next viewing the vehicle, and you'll have the option to make another offer if you like. If the seller accepts your offer, then again it is expected that they will touch base with you to complete the transaction. In the event you make an offer but then change your mind, you do have the option to withdraw your offer as long as the seller hasn't accepted your offer already. You can do that by locating the vehicle and then clicking the withdrawal offer button. This will notify the seller that your offer has been withdrawn. All your offers, pending, accepted and declined, can be found here. Pending offers are those that are still waiting for a response from the seller. When you buy a vehicle, make an offer or ask a question on a vehicle, it will automatically be added to your shortlist. You can also manually add vehicles by clicking the heart symbol next to any vehicle. The heart will be coloured in when it's currently on your shortlist, and you can remove a vehicle at any time from your shortlist by simply clicking on the coloured in heart and make it change to an outline instead. Your shortlist is intended as a quick way to identify a subset of vehicles you are potentially interested in. VehicleXchange also currently analyses your last 90 days worth of sales and determines those vehicles that resulted in the most profitable sales, which is a combination of a vehicle's profit and finance profit. Each day, as new vehicles are added to the system, it will look at them and determine if any might be a good replacement vehicle for those you've recently sold. If it does, it will mark it as a suggested vehicle. All your suggested vehicles can be conveniently found in the suggested inbox here. As we continue to improve the intelligence of the suggested vehicles, our goal is to provide you with suggestions with a very high chance you'll look to purchase them, as they are the best fit for your dealership in the current environment and buyer trends. Once you've completed the transaction with a seller, you'll be able to import your purchased vehicle directly into the DMS. Any VehicleXchange purchased vehicle can be found under the Quick Entry Import Purchased Vehicles area. You may need to hit the Check for Updates button to get your most recent purchases. If you cannot locate your vehicle, please let our team know. To import, select your vehicle in the list and click the Process button, then select Add to Stock. This will create a new vehicle in the stock and pull in relevant data as supplied by the seller. Other relevant data will also be included in the purchase notes of the vehicle. Please note that when importing vehicles from VehicleXchange, images as supplied by the supplier will also import with the vehicle. We recommend looking through these and removing any unsuitable images prior to advertising any vehicles. Now let's look into the selling vehicle side of VehicleXchange. As a dealership, you're also able to list any of your vehicles for sale. Please note that there is a success fee associated with selling a vehicle on VehicleXchange, so please contact us for current pricing. VehicleXchange is similar to any other listing agent you might currently interact with. First, you'll need to turn on the ability to export to VehicleXchange. This is done under Tools, Extensions, Listing Agents and VehicleXchange. Make sure that the Hide Export option on Vehicle is unticked. There's a second option here also. We can also automatically display any appraisal notes you have entered for a vehicle on VehicleXchange for potential buyers to see. Any appraisal notes will be displayed here on a vehicle listed for sale. This is handy, for example, if you've assessed the trade-in and written notes about it, which could be helpful to potential buyers. Be aware though that if this box is ticked, any notes you've written as appraisal notes will be visible by buyers on VehicleXchange for all your vehicles. Once VehicleXchange has been switched on for you, you'll see a new export option under the Export tab. If you currently have Export to All selected for a vehicle, it will automatically be included. The only other criteria needed to be displayed on VehicleXchange is that the vehicle has a wholesale price entered. This can be added under the Administration tab here, and the price entered will be displayed as a Buy Now price on that vehicle on VehicleXchange. If you prefer not to have a price, but are willing to accept offers, set the wholesale price to tender. You can do this by typing a T in the price field and hitting the Tab key. Motorcentral is set to export all nominated vehicles to VehicleXchange each night, but if you prefer to send quicker, then you can do that by completing a manual export. This is done by navigating to the export area, selecting VehicleXchange, and then clicking on the Export Now button. Once you've exported your vehicles, it can take up to an hour for them to be processed before they appear on VehicleXchange. You can check which vehicles are currently listed by navigating to the My Vehicles area in the Selling section of VehicleXchange. Remember that to be listed, a vehicle must be selected to export to VehicleXchange under the Export tab of a vehicle and have a wholesale price set. So if you're not seeing a vehicle inside VehicleXchange that you expect to, check those two things first. Once you have vehicles listed, you can receive buy now requests, offers and questions about your vehicles. You'll be notified by email and in-app notifications when this happens. You can also keep track of any offers received here and any questions here. We've also conveniently added tags to each vehicle to help you recognise when something may need to be completed at your end. If you receive a buy now and or accept an offer, you'll be provided the contact details of the buyer. Simply touch base with them to complete the transaction. And that's a brief overview of VehicleXchange. To summarise, it saves you time as you're no longer required to work between multiple vehicle supplier systems. It creates one centralised location inside Motorcentral to purchase stock, bringing you convenience and ease as you browse and buy vehicles, and it uses intelligence to suggest vehicles that you may be interested in purchasing based off previously sold vehicles in your DMS. If you have any questions or would like to get this enabled on your account, please contact our support team.